Hello, welcome to Apple Blossom and You. I'm your host Sarah, known as Apple Blossom SF on Instagram and Ravelry.
And I'm your co-host Matt, known as Navy1990 on Ravelry and M Franklin 1990 on Instagram. Welcome back.
Yes, welcome.
We are forever.
Sorry for the delay. It has been over 3 weeks since we recorded. We've been crazy busy and trying to deal with puppies and trying to get our schedules to sync up and be the same to the point where we both weren't exhausted. There's been a couple of days where we could have had time, but either one or both of us was so tired. I'm still tired today. I worked a 10.5-hour shift yesterday, so I'm just kind of present is a good way to say it.
Yeah.
And little puppies have been keeping us busy, keep cleaning up after them and dealing with them. So it just hasn't happened before now. But we'll go ahead and we'll jump right into Around the Apple Orchard.
Yep. It's Super Bowl Sunday.
It is Super Bowl Sunday.
For those of you in the States and those of you that actually care.
I have some fun stuff to show later. Towards the end of the podcast.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff's been going on since we recorded last time. I tried out, as many of you know, was going to try out for The Odd Couple at the theater here in town.
Yep.
I tried out. She said I did really well, but I didn't get the role, so no big deal.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
The puppies are getting big and are getting ready to go to wherever they're going. They are 7 weeks old now. They will be 8 weeks old on Friday. Tell you what, finding homes for puppies is extremely difficult.
Yeah.
And a lot of times very frustrating. We were going to record, Thursday? It didn't happen. I had a bad day. I was not in the mood to be a people person. After just being bombarded with silly questions and pushy, bully people in regards to trying to find homes for the puppies. You know, I'm not asking a small amount of money for the puppies, but I was doing a nice package, including shots and getting them fixed and all kinds of stuff.
It was a fair price.
It was a very fair price. I had priced them lower than what I paid for all of my dogs. And it's a quality puppy, and they deserve to have great homes. We found one excellent home. I'm so excited. So he's going to his home. He's the only one that we actually found a home for that wasn't us.
Yeah. Go figure. We're going to have more dogs.
We were only going to keep 2. And that was the plan. And I had picked 2. I picked to keep little Oliver and little Walker. And then when little Daryl was about 3.5 weeks old, he picked me. So Matt was still of the firm mind, can only have 2. Okay, not a problem. I guess I will go ahead and I can find a home for Oliver. It was not 12 hours after that, I got contacted by somebody who wanted Oliver. And this sweet lady was going to be a great home. And
on the beach.
She said she was going to send in the deposit. Deposit didn't come. Then she called and said, I'm so sorry. I got busy, I didn't have a chance to go to the post office. I'll send tomorrow or in a couple days. And I waited and waited, and it didn't come. So after waiting for 2 weeks, I finally sent her an email and said, look, I really want you to have Oliver. He's going to be great for you, all that kind of stuff. So I said, but unfortunately, I can't continue to hold him without a deposit. And then I got a song and dance. So little Oliver's home fell through. And in the meantime, he has picked Miss Apple as his big sister.
Oh, yeah.
Matt has a video on his phone. If we can figure out how to put it in, I will put it in. Hopefully, maybe right about here. Hopefully you guys will have seen it. It's really funny. It's it's hilarious watching Apple and Oliver play.
And if I'm not tech savvy enough to have put it in about 4 seconds ago, I can figure out how to put it in at the end.
Yes. And Apple, it's so funny because she was not always so friendly with other pups, but she just loves Oliver, and what she does is she gets his attention. And then she runs and she jumps up either on the chair or on the couch, and she sits down and waits until he barks at her.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll bark at her and bark at her and bark at her, and she'll do a little bark back, and they just get into this volley. And if Oliver gets distracted, which is easy to do when you're a baby, he runs away, and Apple will run after him. And I do apologize. I'm sure you can hear the clicking. That is the puppies drinking out of the water bottle. In case you're wondering. I can't change that, unfortunately.
No.
So it's really cute.
But she runs after him, gets his attention, and then when he chases her back, she jumps back up on the chair or
and
the
couch. And they start all over again.
And he starts barking at her, and then until he gets distracted again, and then it starts all over again. She runs after him. He ran off into the kitchen this morning. She ran all the way around the living room into the other side of the kitchen, got his attention, and led him back to the chair.
That's Oliver barking, by the way.
Yeah.
He's
the mouthy one.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. What else has been going on?
Well, I wasn't done to talk about the puppies.
Okay, so talk about puppies.
We did have one that has the birth defect.
Yeah.
A genetic birth defect. It's not something you can test for, but it's just something that happens. So it's sad. He's got hydrocephalus.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to go down to the vet here real soon. And most likely prognosis for that, 95% of the time, is they have to be euthanized. So I'm not looking forward to that.
I'm not either because...
But at the same time, that may have to be our decision anyway, because even if there is medicines that he can go on, it's not right now in our budget to have recurring. It's not in our budget to be able to have long-term medicines for a dog at this point, especially one who has a shortened life, regardless of if they say that he doesn't have to be euthanized right away. But it is sad. And then the two little girls are so cute. But people just have wanted them just for breeding. They have not wanted them for pets. And of course, I have not let them go because of the genetic predisposition that they have for hydrocephalus. That wouldn't be smart regardless of that fact. But I don't want them to be bred anyway. They are just puppies. They're just pets. So they're going back to Marcy, the lady that we got our dogs, and she's going to find them a wonderful home, which is great. So I bring them down on Tuesday. I'm going to miss them. We also had to place one of our adults in the last week. It's one that we knew we were going to have to replace at some point if all other measures failed. And we got to the point where all other measures failed. Daryl's now trying to bark and play too. I kept the sassy ones.
Yeah, you did. Well, why wouldn't you? Because all the rest of ours are sassy at some point.
I like sassy puppies.
Hey.
Sorry if you don't like the dogs barking. You may want to watch this episode without it. I can't do
Yeah, I
anything
hope you're not
about
watching it with your dogs.
My
Because I
dogs
know
go over the time.
when like Denise's dog barks, ours go crazy.
And unfortunately, this is the only place we can record at this moment, and they are literally 3 feet away.
Yeah.
They were very quiet until we started recording.
Yeah. Till we pressed record, they were nice and quiet. They were over there sleeping. We pressed record and they woke up.
Now they're being sassy and being puppies.
They're being ornery.
Yep, so we had to place Bailey. We placed him with a rescue group that was recommended to us by Marcy. And I spent some time talking with the lady who runs it. Her name is Amy, and she's absolutely delightful. She said she would keep me updated, and she did. Excuse me.
He lasted, what, a week?
Not even. He found a home in less than a week. And, you know, and he had some issues. He had food aggression towards other dogs. Not all the time, and it was never towards people. So it's not one that you can... It's not like it's the same. It's not the same as food aggression towards other people. But he just wouldn't let the other dogs eat until he ate what he felt was his full share. And then
which typically was more than one bowl.
Yeah. And then he was also very protective of his toys, and he wouldn't let the other dogs play with his toys. And he was starting fights with all the other dogs just because he wanted to be the boss of everything. And everything that we tried for the past 9 months. Excuse me. Didn't work. I'm really having problems today with the yawning.
Yeah, you are.
We might as well just call this a big yawn.
Especially when you yawn, you see yourself yawn on the screen, and
I yawn again.
Yeah, it's
and
that whole contagious yawn thing.
We're talking about it.
It's that whole contagious yawning thing.
Yep.
So, anyways, Bailey was placed with a woman whose longtime Shih Tzu puppy dog, she had him, what, 14 years? 13 years? Had passed away, so he's getting spoiled.
Yeah.
I mean...
I missed him. It was hard, but it was the right decision. We haven't had any fights. We haven't had any issues. Apple was a little bit of a snot for a couple days because she wanted to be the dominant dog, and she kind of sort of is. She was our first alpha anyway.
But the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Absolutely.
Or the one.
Absolutely.
Star Trek. And I just heard Maddie yell out, nerd.
Say that a little louder.
That was me.
Oh, it was Emma.
It was Emma.
It was not Maddie, it was Emma. Thank you, Emma.
It's a family affair around here.
Yeah, we're all nerds for something. We were called nerds when we watched the entire season of Downton Abbey. Which, no spoilers. Not giving spoilers.
But I got my DVD.
Season finale, holy cow. Woo!
I love that because I love that it comes out in the UK first. And I have to wait. And the great thing is I get to start the season. And I always pre-order my DVDs on Amazon. So I was able to pre-order it. And of course, by pre-ordering it, I got it the same day it was actually released. Because they ship super, super fast when you pre-order. And I sat down. He had to do something. I can't remember what you did that night.
What day was that?
That was Wednesday or Thursday of last week. You had somewhere to go. No, you had to go back to work. That was the night that you went back to work.
That's right. That's the night I went out to the range.
I sat down. He had to work it that night, and I was off. And I sat down, and I binge watched the rest of the season. And he came home, and I was still watching it. And
yeah, I caught the last couple episodes of the season, and the season finale.
Love it.
My! The girls were in bed already.
They were not asleep.
They weren't asleep yet, but no spoilers. But whatever happened in the season finale, we freaked out. And of course, Maddie comes out, and you guys are nerds.
I think she called us geeks.
No, she said nerd. The word was nerd.
Let me rescue my yarn, and then I'll bring you up if you want it. Do you want it?
But what else has been going on? Madison dropped out of musical.
Yeah.
They were doing... originally we're going to do the Music Man, and this new chorus teacher, they decided to change it after they'd bought the rights to perform the Music Man. And she changed it to Aida. Which Aida is it's a good story, but it's a very grown-up story. It's not appropriate, I don't think, for high school students.
Nope.
And there's a lot of sexual innuendo, and one character, they slice his throat on stage. So Maddie came to us and she said, I don't feel right doing this. Would you be upset if I quit? And we said, no, go for it.
And she was real nice. She said, well, I think I need to talk to Miss Erica, which Erica is the lady that runs the local community theater, I guess is the best way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought that was really cool. So she contacted her and she told her, a little bit about her experience and a little bit about what, were her issues. And
there goes the yawn again. This one is definitely called the Big Yawn. I am calling it that.
And so it was nice because she actually got, some thoughts and opinions from someone who works in theater a lot. So that
and it's not connected to the
exactly.
The
so
situation.
she was just trying to say, okay, am I overreacting here? Is this something? Also, her big thing was, is this something that I should waste 4 months of my time doing for this little tiny piece?
Yeah, she had one line and I think 2 songs.
Yeah, and it's a lot of work because even though your stuff may not be getting practiced, you have to be present at all the practices. And so it was nice that she could have someone she could go to and get the advice she needed. So she did that, and she's going to be doing School of the Arts through the local community theater. Here, she'll probably sign up. Yeah, in a few weeks. Now that it is February, so she's all excited, and she went and she brought it to the attention to the principal and all kinds of stuff. So we're proud of her for standing her ground.
Yeah, she did really well.
Yeah. The other exciting thing is, I'm sure some of you will have noticed if you've been on Instagram, I started 3 weeks ago training on cakes at work to do cake decorating. That is going well and not so well. It's I can't say that it's bad. It's not a bad thing. I'm learning a lot, but I'm not learning a lot. I have, in the 4 or 5 days that I've actually worked on cakes, I have not touched a cake till last night. And it wasn't even a whole cake. That was just doing the topping. And it was so funny because last night we were running out of stuff, and the cake decorator had to leave because she was going to go over her 40 hours, and you can't go over your 40 hours if you're full time without authorization from a manager. So Michelle, my boss, was like, okay, well, when these fruit tarts run out, they run out. And I said, I can make fruit tarts. And she goes, oh yeah, all that training I've been is coming in handy. So I had to stop what I was doing with closing. Luckily, we had, by this point, 2 other people there. One was not closing with us, but he was at least there to do some other activities. So I was able to go ahead and get the fruit tarts done. And she also showed me how to finish a strawberry charlotte. She says, okay, I'm making this one. I don't think you'll need it, but if this one sells, there's another one in the back. This is how you put them together. If that one sells, start putting out the heart ones for Valentine's Day. Yeah, that one sold. Made another one. That one sold. Had to make a heart one. That one sold and had to make a third heart one or a second heart one. So last night I made 3 strawberry charlottes, 3 large fruit tarts, which I have one I can actually show you.
Yeah, she sent me the text message.
Come
buy a large fruit tart.
Buy a fruit tart. Well, they're my favorite. Anyway, I shouldn't eat them, but I absolutely adore them. They are my favorite desserts. And this is one that I made. But we're going to have a little bit of a baking section that I will put in towards the end. Because I have some baked goods to share, and I have a new blog to share about, so we're going to put those in there. So that was good.
Past couple days, I went to some training to potentially be a lineman with one of the power companies around here.
Those of you who are prayer warriors, go ahead and pray for that. We won't know anything real soon, but it would be a huge blessing, huge blessing for us.
Yeah.
It would put us
Financially,
back,
it would
put
help
us
out
back
a lot.
where we were over a year ago.
Yeah.
And we need to go backwards. We need to go, we need to go forwards, but it's going backwards, but backwards in a good way, not in a bad way. Because...
Wow. That made my brain hurt.
When have I ever not?
That made my brain hurt.
My backwards thinking.
Uh-huh.
But it would be a huge blessing.
And then, yeah, Friday, because I had my first night of that training. Get off work. Driving home. Decided to cut through town instead of taking the bypass around. And all of a sudden I feel, and for those of you that are on Instagram, you know, I caught a flat.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah has a friend coming over because they're going to cake decorate. I don't have a lug wrench in my car. I don't know where my lug wrench went. I haven't had a lug wrench.
You had one originally.
I had one. I don't know where it's at. I just don't have one now. So I have to call Sarah. Hey, I caught a flat. Can you bring me your lug wrench? You don't even have to get out of the car. I'll get it out of the trunk, and then you can just head on home. So last time I had a flat tire, had a police car drive right by me. The police officer looked at me, kept right on going. This time, at least, the sheriff stopped and asked if everything was okay and if I needed, well, he didn't ask if I needed help. He just, is everything okay? And I told him I'm waiting on my wife. And I was like, okay. And he took off. But at least he stopped. So I had to change my tire. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We hear you.
It says, let me out of this pen.
Yeah. So I had to change my tire, rush home, fill out the online application for this lineman position, change clothes, eat dinner, and all of that in like 30 minutes.
You need to stay up or you need to stay down.
So that was my hecticness on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saturday, got up. She had to work, so I got up, made coffee, left for my training. Fortunately, got off early.
I didn't.
You didn't. You made up for the fact that I stayed or got off early. You stayed late.
I'm still tired today because of it. Obviously, I keep yawning. I have to work tomorrow, too.
Yeah.
But it's neither super early nor super late.
No.
It makes me happy. It's a nice, decent shift.
Yeah. Good.
My snuggle bug.
Other than that, that's our life. 20 minutes for the last 3 weeks.
Well, we can move on to around the hour.
We just did that one. Wow.
This is what happens when you go 3 weeks.
And we are T-minus 1 week from the premiere of The Walking Dead.
Yes.
So ready for that.
I shouldn't love that show, but I do. Apple Pickin' Party. That's the one.
Yeah.
We are still, let me say, there is still a joint knit along going on with Denise from the Knitting Den for the Lawrence. I don't have anything to show you.
Fail.
I did my gauge swatch. Everything was correct. I don't know what happened. I was knitting my cowl, and I went to measure my gauge, and I was way, way off.
There's the yawn again.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
I'm going to put a yawn counter down in the corner. Right down here, maybe. Or maybe over here.
If you figure it out how to do that.
And I'm going to put a yawn counter in there. So every time you yawn, it's going to go ding and click up another one. I can figure that out.
Well, anyway, I had to rip it out. And then I was trying to cast on. And things got crazy. And I just finally went, I don't care. I just don't care right now. So unfortunately, I am a fail at that.
You're a fail at your own knit along.
Again.
Again.
I want to knit the sweater.
It's a pretty sweater.
It's beautiful. I will knit it at some point because I do have the yarn. I don't have the time. I've been knitting small stuff, which is nice.
But we do have a new knit along.
We do have a new knit along.
Because it's February.
Yep, and I wanted to talk about the prize for that, and I just remembered that I need to go with that. We do have a sponsor for our February knit along, which is a short month. So I anticipate there'll be some small things. We will get a thread started before this podcast is saved.
Yep, by the time you see this,
the thread will be up in the Ravelry thread. Our theme this month is love. So I have a pattern picked out. I'll show you what I'm going to do. I have my yarn. I don't have my needles found yet, but I will be casting on this evening. But we have a lovely prize being sponsored to us by GenCom72. And Matt will link her Etsy shop at the bottom of the screen. But it's www.etsy.com/shop/GenCom72. She has lovingly donated a $25 gift certificate for her shop, which is awesome.
Dang.
I'm so excited. And
you know what stinks? I can't win that.
no, I can't either. She's got some really nice stuff. Let me click on the link and I
the whole,
Yeah.
Can't win if you're part of the administration. Ooh.
And this is her shop.
Ooh, she's got all kinds of yarn.
So yarns and
fibers.
fibers.
Holy smokes.
And those are
Little
buttons. Yeah, the buttons and stitch markers. All kinds of stuff that you guys can pick from.
$25. That's a pretty good.
That's a nice gift
You
certificate.
ain't kidding.
So that'll be for our February. And I have decided that I'm going to knit a hat for my February project. And I found this hat 2 weeks ago when I was goofing around on Ravelry. It's called V is for Valentine Pom Pom Hat. It's by Two Stick Studios. And there's the hat. Now, word to the wise, this hat is sized for children. It is for 2 to 5 years old, and it is on fingering weight. I'm doing the math because I am not doing a hat for a child because I want to wear a hat. And I'm going to use my Heartland, which I got at Hobby Lobby.
Lion Brain. Yes,
Yeah.
we have a Hobby Lobby now.
And I've been there so many times they already know me.
Yes, they do.
So I have
One
a
of the
nice
ladies
charcoal
there
gray.
said you're a regular.
And that was like 2 weeks after the store was open. The store's been
It
open.
was a week after the store had been open.
I haven't been this week. I didn't go last week. No, I did go
Yes,
last
you
week.
did go last week because we bought cake
Because
stuff.
I bought cake stuff and I bought yarn for a baby gift and I bought the red. So I'm going to... Actually, I'm not even doing math.
Just going to do it in...
I'm just going to do it in worsted weight. And looking at the numbers, it come out about right. I may have to decrease a little bit for the ribbing or do the ribbing on a smaller needle to hold it in. It's paid for pattern, so I don't want to give away too much information. But it is a basic beanie. I think it uses 100 stitches. So I may do a little bit of math and a little bit of altering to get my ribbing to be tighter and then increase back up before I actually start my color work. But it'll be fine. One way or the other, it'll be fine.
The pattern is a whopping 2 British pounds. I saw that.
Or for us Americans, $3.09
Yeah.
today.
Because we don't...
It might not be
I'm
tomorrow,
not worried
depending
about
on how much the
British pound.
the exchange rate.
Yes, I'm picking on Dave. But he's not picking on the colonies anymore. He's picking on the penal colony of Australia. So, you have this whole month.
Yep, you have 28 days
Yep. To
knit your love.
knit your love. Put it in our thread.
It can have hearts in it. It could be
Reds and
something.
pinks.
The colors of Valentine's, reds, pinks, happy girly colors. It could be something that you knit for a loved one, for your child,
Yeah.
for your spouse.
If nothing else, it's
for
because
your
you
significant other.
Yeah, it's
or
somebody you love.
lack of a better reason, because you knitted in February.
Yeah. So
Although I
just
really try to work the theme for this one, because it's not a difficult theme. But like
it's
I
not
said,
because if you go into
if you knitted
Ravelry,
it and you can't start it any earlier than today, and it has to be finished by the 28th. So it must be started and completed in the month of February. It cannot just be a random, well, I started this 2 months ago and now I finished it, thrown in type thing.
No, that doesn't work.
So it will need to be limited to this month.
6.5.
That is that.
So
What is
those are
our
our
next
middle.
segment? In the apple basket.
Okay. That's our
I
finished
finished.
stuff. I have one. And you'd think with as few finished objects as I have, I could remember to bring the trooper over here and show him off. You know what? Go ahead. You do your thing.
What?
Oh, wait, that's the wrong finger. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got new phones today. It's about time. About needed.
Ha!
All right.
Ha! Wait.
I have.
Wait. There he is. If I can't bring him over, at least I have a picture of him. My FO trooper is happy because
I got a lot of things done in 3
I
weeks.
have a pair of socks.
1, 2,
It's
3,
2.
4,
So that's 2
5.
finished objects for the month of January.
I thought
1,
5.
2. 2.
And what is your line?
I have 2. What?
Your line.
Oh, about the yarn. No, I'm not to that point yet.
Aww.
I have
You're
more.
gonna be
No,
so
I have yarn here. No, I have
disappointed.
yarn here. It'll happen in the whips.
All right.
Because it's
Okay.
the same company as another one that I'm doing. That was
This came out
Desert Vista Dye Works in the
And that
Jack and
was
Coat colorway.
for the January, the official, unofficial.
Nope.
I've already messed it up, haven't I?
The officially.
The officially unofficial DVD monthly sock club.
There you go. And that's a hashtag on Instagram. It takes forever to type it, so I'm glad I've already typed it. Now all I have to do is put hashtag and then T, and it pops it up, and I just click that.
Well, I finished a bankhead hat.
I didn't.
I changed my ribbing to be 2x2, and it's really big on me, but I kind of like it. It's not super big, but it keeps my head nice and warm, serves its purpose. Although it was really cold for a while, and it's not. So I haven't needed to wear a hat recently.
Oh, I have.
You
I've been wearing a
always
hat
wear a
every
hat.
day. I wear a hat.
I wear a hat
day.
every day at work too, but not a cute one. So there's my bankhead. This is in the Lion Brand Heartland. And my next project that I finished used some scraps from this one and another color. And the main color in this color is going into a project that will have the gray and have that gray. And I think it's going to either be this blue because I have a little bit left, or it's going to be the red. So I'm trying to, that's kind of where the hats are coming from too, is because I'm trying to use a yarn that I'm buying so that I don't have any left over in my stash. And I can't even remember
I may
what
just start
this
making
pattern-
hats to send to somebody for charity. Because
Well,
I
I'm making stuff
I
for
have my favorite types
Now
of
that
hats.
I've lost enough weight, I feel that I can wear hats and look decent in them.
And you're always
Before-
cold.
I am. I can't
She
remember
jokes.
the name of this
She
pattern.
jokes and says she doesn't have her layer anymore.
I'm missing my blubber. That would be a good one too. You could
I'm
call it.
missing my
I'm
blubber.
missing my blubber. Or blubber and yarn. Blubber and yawn.
Blubber and Yawn. That's actually a pretty good one. I like that.
Blubber and yawn.
Blubber and Yawn.
Oh gosh.
Sounds like a cartoon show.
Oh, I shouldn't be looking at Rapper. There's a really cute hat.
Stop.
Oh, it's by. Oh, I have to get that pattern.
Stop. That's not it.
No. Well, I went on to get. See, I'm distracted too. ADD.
It's the shiny things.
Ooh, shiny. I must have ADD because we think
There
that.
you go.
Miss Sock Bunny has come out with a new hat. And it's
I heard she had one, but I didn't see it.
adorable.
That's the first time I've seen it.
Check it out.
It's got flamingos on it.
Flamingos! I need to go get some pink yarn. Actually, I might have pink yarn. I love me some flamingos. So I need to add that
I deal
to
with
my
this
queue
all the time, y'all.
so that I can buy that pattern later. It's a $3 pattern. And apparently it just got released.
You have to shrink it down.
No, I need to go to my project page because it's on my project page and I don't remember the name of this pattern. Look, I'm bad. I haven't even updated. I did.
What's it called? Laurelhurst.
It's called Laurelhurst by NW Forged. And I love this hat. It's color work. Which I had said that it was color work. And it's not quite showing
You
up.
blazed through that in what? Like a day?
It took me a day. I did it on a day off.
A little bit of slouch to it, not too
A little bit of
much.
slouch. And it has a pom-pom on it. I hate pom-poms. I hate making them.
They're easy.
And I didn't say they were hard. I said I hate to make them. There's a difference. It doesn't have to be hard for me to hate it. And I don't think that a lady of my age should wear pom-poms on the back of their head.
Why not? I'm a man of my age, and I'll wear an ear flap hat that's got pom-poms and the little ropes coming down. I don't care.
You can pull that off. I cannot.
I can wear those. I don't have a problem with that.
Because you just don't care.
You're right. I do not care.
I do care.
Which is why I'm wearing my Bazinga t-shirt. Bazinga.
All right. I finished my January socks for the officially unofficial DVD monthly sock club. And just in time for Valentine's Day. And yes, they are that bright.
Yes, they actually
These are my Love You socks. And I would have had them done about 2 weeks ago.
I beat her on the January socks. I beat her by 1 day.
Well, a couple of hours, really. But I did finish it a day after. But it was still only a couple hours. Because I was about done. And he was finishing up his toe and I was finishing up my cuff. I picked up to do my afterthought heels. And I do true afterthought heels.
I've done them once and it scared me to death.
I've done this once before, and I should have learned my lesson the first time, but the first time it was a couple years ago. So I obviously didn't remember that I should not attempt to do afterthought heels when I am extremely tired. I had to rip out half a sock and patch it. And
well, the thing
then
was,
the other half
she put her needles in so that she could cut. She
wrong.
cut
I
and
picked
she
up
cut
wrong.
wrong.
Oh, it was bad.
It was ugly. She was on the verge of crying, I think.
No, I was not. I was not.
No, she yawned.
I might have been really tempted to say a nasty word, but I didn't say that either. But I was just going, well, I guess I've gotten to the point in my life where
And at that
not
point,
totally freaked out by the fact that I have to rip the sock out because I ruined it.
and at that point, I started doing a happy dance because I was going to beat her for the month of January.
Depending on how February goes, you might beat me then too.
I doubt
All
it.
right, next up, I have a baby sweater and hat. And I have another one started. Well, it's finished as in all the ends are woven in and everything. The buttons, however, are not sewn on it. I need to wait.
She's trying to get me to do that.
I am. I hate
And
sewing
I'm
on
not.
buttons.
Mm-mm.
Maybe I can just get it without buttons. Or maybe I'll just be lazy and sew the one button like the pattern says. I was going to sew more buttons.
Hello.
I'm being hit up, but I'll have to ignore her for now.
Yeah.
So here's the little baby sweater. And this is in Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn.
I love this cotton, right?
No, I love this yarn
Oh.
in the ombre. There's the other skein that I got. I don't remember the colorway. The yarn is all over the place.
Would you stop?
Sorry.
She's getting messages like
I
crazy.
am. I'm being
She's
hit
popular.
up.
I'm not.
So there's my little baby sweater. And I have, excuse me, I have some blue. Let me see if I can take them out.
Yeah, it's reflecting off that plastic really bad.
These are buttons that I made when we wanted to open Etsy store, and I would love to open an Etsy store with our buttons.
And my
Don't
pens.
have time. Don't have time at the
And my
moment.
pens.
He needs to get a new job so I can retire again.
How about you get a better job and I retire?
I don't have the education that you have, nor the work experience. I've been a mom. That's not very hireable. So, can't really see. It's not showing up very well. I'm bummed.
Would it?
Technically challenged today too. No, it's not
I
showing.
got back off.
It's a light baby blue. I want to say it's a robin's egg blue. So I'm gonna put that with the sweater. And
Yes.
I got the little hat done. Ooh,
There we go.
I didn't notice it. Look how the hat's swirling.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
I didn't notice that.
That's
That
kind
is
of cool.
really kind of cool. Because it's one thing I look at it flat and you look at it and you don't see that, but when you hold it up and you can see it in a totally different frame.
And it's for a friend of ours who's...
The baby's going to be due in 5 days if he's not born early. She's got a scheduled C-section, so I'm running out of time. His birthday's Friday.
And it's funny,
If he waits.
this is their 6th. And the oldest starts with A, and then there's B, C, D, E. This one's F.
Yep, baby F. So this is for baby Frederick. And I have another one started that I need to... This, normally, I can whip this sweater out in like 2 hours. It took me 2 days.
Well, if you weren't
That
yawning,
tells
if you
you
weren't yawning
anything.
so much.
It took me 2 days to finish a 2-hour sweater.
It's because you're always yawning.
I'm always busy.
So is that all you're finished?
That is all my finished.
I have all my finished.
Woohoo! Blooming apples.
Blooming apples.
You can go.
I have 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4.
I have 3.
I have 4.
3.
I can't believe I have 4.
I have 3. I'm crazy.
I can't believe
should
you
have 2.
only have 3.
Well, I have a couple other things that are on the needles that I've not touched in over a month. So I'm going to pretend they don't exist.
Well, this one is soon to be a half object. This is my opal. Opal? Is this opal?
No, that's Reggio.
Is it Regia?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's Regia. Really cool blue. They don't do colorways, they do numbers. So, I don't know what it is, and I don't have the tag for it. But it's blues and grays, and I'm an inch from starting my toe decreases. Squishy. Not as squishy as some other ones. This one, I don't know what the yarn is. Is it Vanna's Choice? I don't know.
Yeah.
Bankhead hat. I'm close to starting the decreases on this one too. So maybe if I get off my rear end, I can get a couple of them done. But dark blue, this one I'll wear because I like the bankhead. Let's see. Started my February socks for the officially unofficial
He stole
DVD
this yarn from me.
monthly sock
I
club.
wanted it. He stole it.
Yes, I did.
He wouldn't let me have it.
And I couldn't start till today because today is February 1st. That's the rules. You have to start and get them done in the month. So I have that much done. Not kidding. 3.5, 4.5 rounds. But it is in the Viso base. It is called Franken Zombody. And it's all purples and greens and black, and there's some variegated stuff in there. Really squishy. This is squishy. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 3. And then my 4th one. This is for Emma. Emma and I are
Oh, so different.
loving My Little Pony. So when
I should start something with
When
that
they-
because Ellie and Dave have
Yeah.
started a knit along for socks for.
yeah, her
Mhm.
yarn. Yeah, so if you go over to the FO and Dye group, they have a giveaway where if you knit a pair of socks, it's 1 entry. If it's in their yarn, it's 2 entries, and if it's if it's Ellie's pattern, it's 3 entries. Unfortunately, I started this long before that came out, so this yarn will be used for sockhead number 3. I don't know why I'm so addicted to these hats. This is the 3rd one. This one's for Emma. My little sock monkey stitch marker. And this is in the Spike the Dragon colorway. There's purples and greens. Love it. That's a better representation. Just get too washed out up front. Are you texting? You're terrible. We are on camera. We have people watching us. They don't need to watch you text. Oh my god.
You ignore me when I'm talking, so why
I do not ignore you.
Yes, you do.
I do not. You're over here texting.
I'm sitting here last night as we go out to dinner, tired, but still trying to have a conversation. My husband's buried in his phone.
No, I wasn't.
Yes,
Who
you
took a
are.
picture? Who used their phone and took my picture and posted it on Instagram?
I did.
Hey, I'm done. I showed all my whips. All my blooming apples are done. So you can stop texting, sending messages, checking Facebook.
You do it to me all the time.
Where's my phone? Way over here. In the case,
Don't
flipped up.
leave him. He does it all the time.
No, I don't.
I haven't been home in the better part of 2 days, so I can catch up.
Not during a podcast. You can't take 1 hour out of your day and say, no, I'm not going to check my Facebook. I'm not checking mine. Wait, you go ahead. I'm going to check mine.
You did earlier.
I didn't do it while we were on camera. The only time I've messed with my phone and looked for anything was to find the picture of my FO trooper. Because he was happy.
All right. Whatever. I hope you guys are getting a good laugh out of our crazy antics. Sorry, Miss Linda, you can't come up.
Nope. No, ma'am.
I started a sweater. Not that I've got much work on it. As you'll see, I started this at the beginning of January. I haven't known. This is for Madison.
It's a skirt.
It's not. It's a sweater. This is the Harry Potter Weasley sweater. I am not using that pattern. I did not like that pattern. I don't like the way it was written. I don't like some of the way that the design was. So I am, of course, flying off the cuff and making my own.
And Maddie's a Harry Potter nerd.
And I am using Hobby Lobby I Love This yarn in a nice forest green. Because while I would love to do a sweater for her in a nice wool, a nice real wool and tweed, that's not my budget.
And she'd throw it in the wash anyways and felt it the first time.
Well, I don't want to say demoted because I really do like the Hobby Lobby I Love This yarn.
It's actually a really nice yarn.
It is. And it's...
For being box store yarn?
Yeah. But it's what I've got. So I have that.
And then, well, once you get up to that point, there will be... Because she wants it in the Slytherin house colors.
Yeah.
So there will be a gray M on the front.
Yeah, it's going to be great because they didn't have silver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ching!
I'm
counting
started.
this.
And I'm almost done with another baby sweater. And then...
You only have 5 days on that, so you might want to step it up there, chickadee. As slow as you've been crocheting. Take 2 days to do a 2-hour sweater.
I have knitting you.
So do I. Look,
You have an eyeball.
I have 2 of them.
I started...
Or is this technically 1 because it's a circular?
Technically it's... Well, it's 1, but it's still
2.
a pair because you always need a pair. They're just attached. I started my February, the officially unofficial DVD monthly sock club sock. I'm trying out. I got Hayas in sock sizes in a set.
Oh, those go in the circular.
And the 9-inch. And I've tried to use these before. And I didn't like them. Well, I didn't hate them, but I didn't like them. Very first time I tried it a few years ago, I hated them. So I've gotten them on here. And hopefully I like it. But I am using, because I need some zombies, I'm using If They Kill Red colorway. And it's awesome. It's got the reds and the blacks and all kinds of stuff. She came out in 2 new colors. I need to get them as soon as I get paid.
Yep. If they kill Daryl and If They Kill Carol.
Those need to come home and reside with me. And because he has to have them, I now have to buy 2 additional skins.
You could just buy 2 and I'll take both of them. Long and short, I don't have enough DVD to make it through the year for this sock thing.
I do.
I know you do. You have like a year and a half's worth.
I'm probably closer to 2.
I have like August. Maybe.
But in my defense, most of this DVD that I've added recently was bought when we a couple months ago. So I didn't have a whole lot of DVD in my stash at that point. I think I had 3
I
skins.
had none.
And now it has blossomed into lots. And I'm addicted to the zombie colorways. I have to have them. So Susan, if you want to keep selling me yarn, keep doing zombie colors, and I will buy them every single time. I love all her yarn anyway. So
I do too.
I just have a big sticker.
And if she wants, she could just send us some.
Free advertising.
I'm not trying to beg, but if that's what it takes,
you are
Susan,
trying to beg.
I will beg on camera.
I don't even know if she watches the podcast. But
I don't know, but if she does, I would gladly accept some yarn.
Yes.
And I will beg if I have to. Guaranteed.
Well, we need to take a little reset.
Real quick. For those of you that don't know, we've caught some new podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
They're
some really lovely ones.
Yeah, young people too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, there's a new one, Nick's Knits.
Mm-hmm. T Plays Nice.
Nick's Knits, he's a young guy. He's 14.
I can't remember how long we've been watching, but we love Tilly Trout.
Mm-hmm. Emma the Band Geek, who has the Yarn on Over podcast. Still hooked on all of my old favorites, and been trying out some new ones.
Yep.
So
we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. You won't notice a break, but I need to reset and grab my sugary goodness so we can talk about that little section. So we'll be back in just a moment.
We're back.
We're going to call this section officially Apple Blossom's Sweet Sensations, which is the name of my new blog on Blogspot. Apple Blossom Sweet Sensations. You'll see the link on the bottom.
Right there.
Yep.
I'll put it right there.
All right. I got lots to show. Friday was a busy day, and I don't have everything that I made.
No, because one of them got
quantities, and one of them got eaten. It was a bribe. So, are you ready for some football? I made a football cookie.
And what did your husband tell you about the football?
I don't want to talk about it. This is just not nice.
She doesn't care about it?
I don't care about it.
But I'm a guy and I care about it?
He said the laces don't go all the way to the end.
The laces on a football do not go all the way to the end.
It looks better on a cupcake. So that's one cupcake. Do you want to carefully hand
I got it
over?
locked.
I know, but I'm trying not to lean into the camera.
And I'm trying not to drop this.
I don't want it to go flying off there. That'll work.
I'm nervous.
It's pretty well set on the cake. This is my football cake. And I have a picture. I have pictures. I'm sure that we can show the pictures. Whoa! The grass fell off!
Frosting down.
Frosting down. So that's that. All right, so those I had fun with. I had seen the football cake done at the store once and thought, I can do that. Mine does look different because, well, I put the laces all the way at the bottom. You're not supposed to. But I still had fun. And then we, these were made on Friday.
Because she had a friend over.
So I was teaching her. And she wanted to learn some stuff, so she was getting ready to do some stuff for Super Bowl too. So I showed her, of course, the cupcakes, and I showed her how to do the cake. So she wanted to do the cake, she'd do the cake, or we learned together. I did the cake, and she watched how I did it because it's so simple. And then she wanted to play with the airbrush because she's never airbrushed. And
I think that made the yawn counter go up.
Did you just yawn?
Whoops.
Do you need to eat?
No, I'm good.
So, since she had never used the airbrush, and I'm dropping sprinkles. You're just falling all over the place. We got it out so that we could play around. So I made some Valentine's cupcake.
That like
it's not really showing up at all.
Blew up the color register on the screen.
It's pink.
And
they have
slowly losing sprinkles.
They're little tiny hearts too. They're really cute.
There's one.
But we have pictures, so we can put those in with the credits too. And then because I wanted to goof around and just see what would happen with the airbrush, I went ahead and I piped a couple of flowers, and I sprayed. You can't really see them. Well, you can kind of see it on this one. They were white, and I airbrushed them.
With a pink.
Mm-hmm. I think what I'll have you do is you can put in the cake and stuff pictures in this section, and I'll stop talking. So he can end the video, and you can put in pictures.
You can show the stuff, and then...
All right. Hopefully he'll got those pictures in there.
I hope.
If not, then we'll get them into the section. I'm pushing his limits. He'll figure it out. He's a techie one anyway. He's officially taken over editing duties.
Yep.
So the next cupcake was also a flower that I used the leftover pink icing that we had from my puppy cakes, which I'll have him put pictures of the puppy cakes with all this too, so that you guys can see those. And they are all on the blog, so if you want to go and check, you can see all the photos of the blog. If for whatever reason we cannot get them into the video, because we're technically challenged. But I took that bright pink, that's showing up good. And you can see some of the bright pink in there, and I airbrushed over the top of it with some purple. So I over-dyed my cupcake.
I guess that's the way to do it.
I say I over-dyed because I have no idea how to describe that other than by over-dyeing.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
So that's what that is. And then...
This wasn't made at our house.
No, it was not made at our house.
But she made it.
Ooh, blueberries.
Yep. Blueberry.
But I did make it.
Can't believe I'm eating on screen.
I know. It's a blueberry.
We're good.
All right. So, this is my favorite dessert that we carry. I need to learn to make one of these myself anyway, from scratch. The only thing that's on here that I didn't make is the tart shell and the chocolate that goes in it. But I mixed up the stuff for the pastry cream, and I put all the fruit on. And I don't want to tip too hard.
No, because all the blueberries will come
flying off. But there is my beautiful fruit tart. I cannot wait to eat this. My favorite dessert. I shouldn't eat it anyway.
Because of the crust.
It's a shortbread cookie crust. We've got it. It's brushed with chocolate. Then it's a pastry cream, which is a mix of whipped topping and Bavarian cream. And then you have all your fruits. There's strawberries, kiwi, pineapple, mandarin oranges, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries.
I think that's it.
I think that's it. So there's my beautiful fruit tart that I actually can say that I made.
I'm going to try and do this without dropping it.
That would be nice. I really want to eat that. And I still need to get a picture.
Yeah, there we go.
So that I can share it and say, when somebody asks, did you make that? I can say, yes! Even though I bought it. I still technically made it.
I bought it.
Well, you bought
My
it.
fruit tart.
But I still made it. I still get the credit for having made it. It's
Yes, you do.
and lovely.
But it's my fruit tart because I bought it.
Yep.
Regardless of who made it.
Fine. Just be it.
So you have to earn a piece of that.
No, I don't. I can eat a piece of that if I want.
Mm-mm.
You're so lucky we're on camera right now.
Why? That hasn't stopped you from smacking me in the arm before.
That's not what I wanted to do. I just wanted to take that glass of water up. See what I live with on a daily basis?
I could say the same thing. See what I live with on a daily basis.
True, it does work both ways. But I did it in my favor, not your favor.
Uh-huh.
Dogs are starting to line.
Yeah, they are.
Super Bowl's getting ready to start.
Yeah.
Light is fading. So we need to go ahead and wrap this up.
Yeah, because I need to edit and try and
I
put
hope
pictures
that
in
you
where they
enjoyed
belong.
today's goofy episode.
Yawn and blubber. Blubber and yawn. That's what it's going to be called.
Blubber, yawn, and laughter.
No, just blubber and yawn. Sounds like a cartoon on Nickelodeon or something.
I'm too tired for this. All right. We will hopefully see you in 2 weeks.
Hopefully
We're
our
going to
schedule...
try for it not to be 3 weeks.
Yeah. Our schedules have to match up at some point where we can record. Mine's not too bad. It's hers.
Yeah. And because I'm doing cakes too, I'm bouncing between mornings and nights. So.
That's a yawn. Ding! Down in the corner.
He'll just count and he'll put the total at the end.
Oh no, it's going to count up every time. So, get ready for that. There's going to be a yawn counter. Because that I know how to do.
But he's got to count his own yawns to be fair.
What, one?
But still, if you don't count it, it's still not fair.
Oh, I'll count it. I'll count it. One.
All right.
That was simple.
We will see you shortly.
See y'all later.
Bye for now.
Bye.